This is the quick and easy way to learn double unders step by step. I'm going to start with the singles because the position and pattern for the singles is exactly the same as the double unders. The only difference is the rhythm. Even if you have pretty good single unders, I'd recommend watching the whole video because the way you do your single unders will make a big difference in how quickly you can progress to double unders. At the end of the video, I'll give you a couple examples of how to actually practice these and incorporate these into skill work. The first thing is making sure that you have the right size and type of jump rope. When you're just starting out, it may be helpful for you to have a little bit heavier of a rope and maybe even a little bit longer of a rope. That way it gives you a better idea of where the rope is spinning around you. As you get more efficient with double unders, you'll likely want to progress to a lighter speed rope and maybe even go to a shorter length to keep it a little bit more efficient and tight. When you're sizing a jump rope, we want to put the rope under one foot and then hold the handles up to our chest. We want it anywhere from the bottom of our chest up to the top of your armpit. Your hands should be by your pockets, out in front of your hips, where you can see them in your peripheral vision. We don't want the hands too wide. We don't want them out too far in front. We definitely don't want them too far back. For the jump, we want to think about it like you're bounding on a diving board. If you did this, or this, or this, any of those would really hurt on a diving board. Keep the shoulders retracted, pulled back and down, and your elbows should have a slight bend in it. If you lock out your arms, you're going to be forced to use your shoulders, and if you're too much, you're going to be pulling the rope up into your shoes. You should rotate the rope through your wrists, not by spinning your hands in a circle, and definitely not by spinning your arms in a circle. A lot of times, people just use the bearings in the handle to make the rope turn. You're not actually using your wrist to spin the rope around your body. What we want to see is you to turn the rope with your wrist for every rotation. Make sure you hold on to the handle with your full hand and don't just spin it through your fingertips, because a lot of times that rotation won't come from the wrist and instead it'll just come from it spinning in your hand. The jump pattern is super important because it should be repeatable. You should be able to speed up or slow down that jump as well. There's two types of jumps: a leg-driven jump, like what we'd see for a box jump, and a bounding jump, like what you'd see in the triple jump in the Olympics. For jumping rope, we want to use a bounding jump. You want to push through your toes and use the stretch reflex in your calf and Achilles. Your knees should stay soft as you make contact with the ground, but we want to flex the quads and point the toes just a little bit as you come off, similar to doing like a pencil dive into the water. The length of the jump also matters. There's a short jump and a long jump. The short jump is going to be what we use for single unders. It's quick and there's not much hang time in the air. The long jump is going to be what we use for double unders, and that's going to give you a lot more float and a lot more hang time. Practice both types of jumps until you feel comfortable. The rhythm for the jump rope is a syncopated pattern. So in music, what that means is the note comes on the upbeat of the measure. Instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1 and. Think about the handles like they're drumsticks and you're beating a drum. We're gonna go jump, flick, jump, flick, jump, flick, jump, flick, jump, flick. When we move on to double unders, it's jump, flick, flick, jump, flick, flick, jump, flick, flick, jump, flick, flick. And triples would be jump, flick, 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 jump, flick, 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 jump, flick, flick, flick. But we'll get to all that in a minute. So for our single unders, we're gonna start with the rope just behind our heels, and we're gonna hold the handles out tight. This will allow you to keep tension in the rope. The first thing we're going to do is draw a big circle and flick down, keeping tension in the rope. What we don't want to do is this, where the rope just kind of goes around you loose. The next thing is when you see your hands by your pockets, you're going to hop. So we're going to hold it tight, we're going to go big circle, hop, and the rope should finish back out in front of you. Now we're just going to keep that going. We're going to go big circle, jump, flick, jump, flick, jump, flick, jump, flick. After that, we can start to do a long jump single. So adding the jump pattern for the double and using a single jump. Practice getting your singles quick and tight until you can do 30 plus without even thinking. A lot of times I see people practice the single unders and then try and speed up the jump for the double unders. So if you practice the singles fast, it'll make the doubles make more sense. Once you can do the singles with a long jump and with a short jump, you're ready to move on to double unders. For double unders, the start of the rope is the same. We're going to do a big circle with the arms, and then we're going to go jump, flick, flick. Now, I like to have people start trying to do the double under on the first jump. I don't care so much if you tuck your legs up or how high you jump. What matters is you're understanding how to turn the rope around your body twice for every one jump. So we're gonna do a really high jump and we're just gonna go big circle, flick, flick. Once you understand that, then we can kind of clean up the jump and make it better. Two common mistakes that I see. One is people do jump, flick, flick. It's never gonna go around that second time. We need jump, flick, flick. The other is on the second one, they pull their hands back. You're always gonna pull the rope into your shoes. Once you get that first double under, we're gonna add 4 singles and then do a double under. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, double. After you can do that, we're gonna try and do that same pattern 3 times back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, double. 1, 2, 3, 4, double. 1, 2, 3, 4, double. Once you can do that, then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, double, double. 1, 2, 3, 4, double, double. After you can do 2, we want to get to the point where we can practice 4 single unders, followed by 4 double unders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you can get to 4 singles with 4 double unders, try to not do singles to start. So we're going to go big circle, double, 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 double. If you're curious about the triple unders, the pattern is exactly the same. We're going to start it the same way, we're going to learn it the same way. The only difference is the rhythm. So it's going to be 1 triple it, 1 triple it, 1 triple it, trying to do 3 at that syncopated pattern on the upbeat. Doing double unders is a skill. It requires accuracy, coordination, agility, and balance. Those are neurological adaptations, which means that they're developed through practice. You need to practice consistently, but not so much that you start to practice bad patterns or ingrain bad habits. The other thing when people practice double unders is they get really wrapped up in the fact that they're tripping. Just because you tripped on the rope doesn't mean you did something wrong. When you're trying to push yourself to change a bad habit, like straighten out your arms or pulling your hands back, you'll trip on the rope, but you'll do it in a way that will help you progress. So don't worry about tripping too much. That's part of the process. A couple easy formats that you can use to progress with these. The first would be 7 to 10 minutes of open practice. If you trip, make sure to take a couple seconds to kind of reorganize your thoughts, focus, and gather yourself. Don't just keep tripping and tripping and tripping and tripping, because you'll practice tripping. Another great format is EMOM. So every minute on the minute, you'll perform a set number of double unders. So this is great once you have a few. You can do every minute on the minute for 7 to 10 minutes. Start with 5. Once you can do 5 every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, then move to 10 every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, and so on. Again, you want to rest till the end of the minute so that you can compose yourself and really focus on that next set. Once you have a bunch of double unders, a good test can be the double under flight simulator, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 50 and back down, with rest as long as you need in between in order to complete the set unbroken. So once you get to 100 or so, that would be a great way to test your capacity with double unders. And a great way that I like to warm up the double unders, just so you can work, again, more on the coordination and the agility and the balance, is to do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, 5 singles, 5 doubles, and then 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, and so on. So I hope this video helped you get your first double unders. If it did, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know. Press the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.